Hi, I'm Jeremy Crosby.
And I'm Nick Boucher. We're your hosts for the program that's all about your city, Talking Fitchburg.
Every weekday, we pull together the news, events, and information you need to stay on top of what's happening in the city of Fitchburg.
Find Talking Fitchburg on cable TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and our live stream on the web. Plus, you can find all our headlines and stories on Facebook, YouTube, and our video on demand service. This is your city.
Keep up with Talking Fitchburg and the issues affecting you and your neighbors.
Want to know what's happening in your city? Get Notify Me messages from the City of Fitchburg. Visit fitchburgwi.gov on your computer or mobile device and select the big Notify Me button on the left. Enter your email and/or phone number, whichever is best for you to get notifications. Scroll down the list and select all the topics you're interested in to receive email or text messages about. You'll be notified every time one of your topics is updated. Sign up for Notify Me, one more way to keep up with your Fitchburg government.
All right, good evening everybody, and welcome to the July 16th meeting of the Fitchburg Police and Fire Commission. My name is Sean Baxter and I will be chairing the meeting tonight. First order of business on the agenda is a call to order. Second item is Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excellent. Third item of business, approval of minutes. We have 2 minutes to approve, it looks like, on the agenda. First, for the meeting of June 11th. Has anyone reviewed the minutes and willing to make a motion?
I move approval.
We have a motion. Is there a second? Second. Moved and seconded. Any further discussion on the minutes from June 11th? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Minutes pass. Second, 3B, approval of the June 18 Police and Fire Commission meeting minutes. Has anyone reviewed the minutes and would like to make a motion?
I move approval.
Second. Okay, moved and seconded, thank you. Any further discussion on the minutes from June 18? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. None. Minutes are approved, thank you. Agenda item number 4, public appearances for non-agenda items. Do we have anybody interested in speaking during this time? None. Excellent. All right, agenda item number 5, report from the fire department. Chief.
All right, so did see an increase this month in calls for service, so we're up 6%. The total number of 254 for the month of June and 240 for the previous year in June. So we're tracking right about the same as last year. Last year was an 8% increase in calls. The most common calls, obviously, still EMS calls. Still alarms down, which we love to see because our prevention efforts are working. Crashes were at 8 and 3 responses to structure fires. Overtime, we're up this month due to 2 injuries. At 649 hours, we had 1 mandate in June for a total of 10 hours. So doing good there, and we're anticipating probably more mandates this month. And that was, sorry, did I say 649 hours overtime?
All right. Thank you, Chief. Sarver, any questions for the chief? I just have one on the structure fire. We don't deal with a lot of structure fires in Fitchburg, but it appears since April, things are looking up in that department. So that's not a good thing. Can you tie that to anything in particular? 3 in a month is a lot, I think, for Fitchburg. We had 3 in April. 2 in May, anything you can tie to why that might have spiked over the last 3 months?
So outside-in fires, we call them. So the fires that start on the outside, whether it's due to, barbecuing or something like that. Generally, though, oftentimes lightning strikes can increase the number of fires during that time of year, where we have more frequent events like that.
Excellent.
And although the number of firefighters number of residential structure fires is going down nationally every year, the number of civilian deaths in residential fires is going up every year. So something to be said for what we're doing as far as talking to people about evacuating and taking smoke alarms and things like that seriously. So working on that every day.
Excellent. Any other questions for the chief? All right. Hearing none, we can move on to agenda. Get it back here. Agenda item 5B would be closed session, and I will take us there pursuant to section 19.851C of the Wisconsin statutes. The commission will move into closed session for the purposes of considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluations of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, more specifically to notice the commission on the resignation of a career firefighter and to get authorization on the filling of a firefighter vacancy. So I will move into closed session. Is there a second? Go ahead. Move in second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Brian will be back with you. Okay, we are back from closed session. Is there any actions to be taken by the commission after our closed session?
I make a motion to approve the chief's recommendation to hire a career firefighter off the expired eligibility list.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to accept the chief's recommendation. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Any other actions?
Yes, I move to approve HR to start a new recruitment process for a career firefighter.
So moved
I second.
and seconded. Any further discussion on starting a new recruitment process for career firefighter? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. All right, great, thank you. That moves us to agenda item 5C. Sorry, that was 5C. We're moving on now to 6, the report from the police department. Chief.
Hello everyone, I'll start off with the staffing report. We're currently down 5 vacancies, 1 captain position, 4 police officer positions. We do have 1 officer in field training, not expected to move further. That officer's doing very well, that's a lateral transfer. So we're expected to have her off field training pretty soon. We do have 2 on currently on leave. 1 is intermittent leave, family leave. The other one is off on an injury, non-work related, and should be back pretty soon. Not too concerned about those 2 leave positions. I'm hoping both of them to be back up and running fairly quickly. That leaves us to 7 unfilled positions. Obviously, we're working on the captain's process that we're going to talk about in a little bit. The other process for police officer, we are going to conduct that in the fall. Reason why we're not taking that on right now, we do have over 20 applicants, is that correct? Is because we if we hire 1, they got to go through the academy, and the next academy date wouldn't be till January. So we have some time to work on that. We had some very good positive feedback from the council on the reorganization plan. There's going to be several different promotional processes that we'll be bringing to your attention in the fall. So we're going to be very busy with selection processes throughout the fall, and I think we'll incorporate this police officer position on that as well. So more to follow, probably starting sometime in September, October.
That's great.
Activity report, I have to apologize. I have the activity report here. Our data to do the activity and monthly report, or the monthly report, we don't get our information, we get it raw about 5 days later into the month, and those are 5 working days. So depending on when we're getting it, I have Sarah barking at us saying, I need that so we can put it up for public notice that it's gonna be introduced. So that's early last week. If there's an error and I need to fix it, it's not gonna get to Sarah on time. So we get it on time by the time we have PFC meeting, but not early enough for Sarah to get it posted on the website for you all to see. I have a paper copy. I don't know what the rules are, but I can pass them out for you to review. Okay. I gotta make sure. We want to take a couple moments to take a look. Pretty consistent. I do have some information that I do want to boast about. I know the mayor's going to be a little bit upset because I didn't have it ready for her, but I told her verbally that we have some good news that we have going on. But as you can see, we have a department handle citizen-generated calls for service. That's 1,246 for the month of June. Officer initiated was a little over 1,000. Compared to last month, citizen-generated calls increased by 97. As that's consistent with the summer and things getting busy, it can ebb and flow. Officer-initiated calls decreased. If the citizen-generated calls are going to increase, ours can decrease at the same time, and depending on investigations, that can slow us down. Compared to last June, citizen-generated calls decreased by 48%. And officer-initiated calls decreased by 21%. One thing that I've noticed this year, I think it's consistent, is our auto thefts have been going down. I won't take credit for that as much as I want to give the county credit. There's good initiatives. Anybody will tell you in any county, when you're dealing with juveniles, we know who the problem is. It's how do you address the problem. Couple years prior and shortly after COVID, it was a big problem. Identifying who the people were and working jointly with the district attorney's office and the other law enforcement agencies, we are able to identify who that is. And I want to say credit to the system. If there's someone or something that is dealing with those particular kids, it brings our numbers down countywide. And I can tell you that ours have been slowly going down since last year. We would have years where we'd have, anywhere from a dozen to just under 20 auto thefts a month. We would do an initiative and it'll go down to 0. We know who they are. Working with the system really helps on that problem. One thing I'll show that what you see isn't really telling you a story is gun-related violence. It went down considerably in the first 6 months. We're looking at numbers. For example, we currently have year-to-date 3 shots fired calls. Our gun seizures have increased and gunshot victims have decreased. And that's an initiative that we started since I got here, is really pay attention to gun-related calls for service and investigating them. If we get called to a resident and we investigate and recover a gun, we do a lot of research on that particular gun. The gun tells the story, and we can backtrack that gun investigation, and we've been seeing a lot of success in the reduction in gun violence here in Fitchburg, which is something that I'm sure the mayor is going to probably push out publicly. I can just give you examples from, during COVID or pre-COVID, we're recovering just under roughly about 30 guns a year. And after that, we're recovering 70, anywhere from 60 to 70 guns a year. And we're on track to recover just under 70 guns this year. And that's just through investigations. It's very difficult with the staffing levels that we have to do proactive police work. But if our investigation leads us to that, we will continue with that investigation to ensure we're working that case. We use technology. You've heard me talk about NIBINs. And we really work well with the U.S. Attorney's Office and the District Attorney's Office on these cases. And that is where our success is going, really utilizing our investigations to work on those particular cases. If you look at the chart where we're in the green and we're in the red, our proactive activity, which is traffic monitoring and stops, we continue to increase. That started going up last year. We're pretty much down on everything with the exception of sexual assaults. The robbery cases, I know what's going on with that, and some of that is drug related. So I'm not really concerned about the number. The victims are involved in some type of drug offense, which results in that category, that robbery. The one homicide that we have for this year is at Monkey Shines. And if we could stay with that for the rest of the year, it would be consistent with what Fitchburg usually has once a year, once every other year. So I'm hoping we don't get involved too much more with those type of offenses. So we're doing pretty good. Sexual assaults is one thing that we're gonna be taking a deep dive on. We have had an increase the prior year as well. We average anywhere from about 25 sexual assaults a year. You see that we have 13 this year, and that's last year versus 2024. A year to date, we were shorter. We had less. Last year was a pretty low year for our sexual assaults. That's why you see the big number or percentage increase on the red. I'm hoping that we can take a deep dive, see what's going on, and address that problem. I got some ideas, but I won't put those on until I can confirm it with our data.
What's the difference between murder and homicide?
The murder and homicide is going to be more of for intentional. I came out and did this. When you have an accident, like you can have a death caused by a vehicle, and that's where you're going to have your different categories. There's a number of different categories on what caused the death. Medical examiner will rule it homicide, but then we have to categorize it first, second, third, or is it going to be like a manslaughter charge? And that category will change depending on the murder and the homicide piece.
I like the fact that you guys are getting these OWIs, these drunk drivers off the road. You see one, second, third, fourth, and seventh OWI.
Absolutely.
It's huge.
And what I was hoping to see too is a bigger drop in our crashes. We have been able to address a large number of traffic complaints. The crashes aren't there yet, but as far as night, that could also be consistent with our activity at night, the OWIs, and bringing down some of that gun violence as well.
I saw that seventh offense too. I mean, so you got them off the road, you woke them up, and then got them off the road that day. But it doesn't seem like they learned their lesson. Doing that 7 times in a row seems like the system is failing that person, and it's also failing the rest of the community. Is there any solution to that? I mean, you hate to see it. I realize it's a disease and it needs attention, but what is the answer?
That falls on the sentencing side of the fence and our judges. Those are positions where the judge makes a decision on your sentence. So we can do everything right. The prosecution can do everything right. You get probation. We had a sexual assault case where the offender got probation. It's a sexual assault case, a date rape case, but sexual assault. And the defendant just was recently sentenced to probation. I can tell you that when we discussed the OWIs, one of our OWI cases, recent case, we recovered a full automatic weapon and narcotics. In that case right now, when I say we investigated fully, where it takes us to different cities, Madison, Milwaukee. It takes us to a number of different other offenders and other serious crimes, which is what we do follow that story. when we take it to the DA, there's a story behind that arrest, not just somebody who was intoxicated and fell asleep in a park with a loaded firearm on them.
With a machine gun conversion device on it too.
It does, exactly.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Any other questions, Chief Morales? Okay, hearing none, I will move item 6B on our agenda, closed session pursuant to section 19.851C Wisconsin Stats. The commission will move into closed session for the purpose of considering employment, promotion, compensation, performance evaluation of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, more specifically, to get approval of moving forward with the background investigation of 2 candidates for the captain vacancy. Moved and seconded. Any further discussion on moving to closed session? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you. Brian, same deal. All right, and we are back from closed session to agenda item 6C, open session. Action may be taken on items discussed in closed session. Are there any actions coming out of closed session?
I make a motion to approve background investigations for 2 potential captain candidates.
So moved. I'll second that motion. Any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? None. Excellent, thank you. Motion is approved. That brings us to item 7 on our agenda, announcements. Are there any announcements? I will make the announcement relative to Community Night Out, August 13th, coming up at McKee Farms Park. Always a wonderful event to show our support for our police and fire members. So please, community, come out, celebrate, and support. Hopefully we get good weather. McKee Farms Park, August 13th. Time, Chief? 5 to 8.
8 o'clock, yes.
5 to 8, August 13th. We will be there. Any other announcements? All right. Item 8 is adjournment, and I will move adjournment.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Commissioner Russell. Brian, have a nice evening. Thank you all in the room. We are adjourned.